Black screen. Heartbeats echoed through the dark. A desperate male voice shouted, "Emily, wake up! Don't you dare leave me!" The camera snapped open to chaos. Emily lay unconscious inside an ambulance, her face bruised, oxygen tubes strapped in, paramedics pressing her chest. "Her pulse is dropping," one shouted. "What happened to her?" Ethan, covered in blood, cried out, "It was my fault she walked into the wrong room." Time froze on her barely living face as the narrator whispered, "And that mistake destroyed everything." The story cut brutally to 48 hours earlier. Rain hammered New York as Emily Carter tried to find her hotel room, dizzy and disoriented, her vision blurring. The elevator flickered and failed. She trembled, whispering, "Why does everything feel wrong?" She stumbled down the hallway, confused the room numbers, and pushed open 1906. Inside, Ethan Walker, wearing a dark suit and working on his laptop, looked up. "Do you need help? You don't look okay." She tried to answer but collapsed into his arms. The next morning, she woke under a blanket, noticing Ethan asleep upright in a chair, still fully dressed as if he guarded her all night. On the table were water, nausea, medicine, and a note. "You fainted. You were safe. E." Panic surged when she saw the time, 8:07 a.m. Her interview was at 8. She ran out without a word, unaware that Ethan woke moments later and realized she had vanished. At her new job, employees stood in formation. "Everyone's straight. The CEO wants 0 mistakes today," the manager barked. The elevator opened. Emily's breath caught. Ethan Walker stepped out. His eyes locked on hers, slow and penetrating. "Follow me," he commanded, while coworkers whispered, "Do they know each other?" In his panoramic office, Ethan asked, "Why did you run?" Emily whispered, "I didn't want to cause trouble." Ethan sighed, opening an envelope. Her medical report from the previous night. "You collapsed from dehydration and stress. If that happens again, and I ignored it, I'd never forgive myself." His stare lingered, something shifting inside him. During work, Emily grew dizzy again. Ethan caught her before she fell. "You're going home with me." End of discussion. His modern house glowed with warm light. Emily entered the guest room too perfect, too prepared. On the wall hung an old photo of Ethan as a teenager, beside a girl who had the same moon-shaped birthmark Emily carried. She touched the photo, confused. Why did Ethan have a photo of someone who looked strangely connected to her? At a massive corporate event, Chloe Bryant, arrogant, wealthy, entitled, dumped red wine on Emily. "Maybe next time don't stand where important people walk," she sneered as people laughed. Ethan appeared behind her, his voice cold. "Apologize." Chloe froze. "Excuse me?" "She works directly under me. Apologize." Phones secretly recorded. Emily burned with humiliation, but also felt an unexpected sense of protection. Later, at the hospital, Emily visited her sick, adoptive mother. "Emily, you're not my biological daughter," the woman confessed weakly. "They found you crying at a rest stop. You had that moon-shaped birthmark." Emily froze. Down the hallway, Laura Henderson, the wife of a senator, spotted Emily. She saw the birthmark on her shoulder, dropped her bag, and whispered tearfully, "My baby." Why did this stranger believe Emily was her missing daughter? The Henderson family ordered a DNA test. During a stormy night, the result appeared. 99.97%. Emily was their daughter, missing for 20 years. Chloe, who always believed she'd inherit everything, watched with growing rage. As Emily descended the stairs, Chloe shoved her. Emily crashed violently onto the marble, blood spreading. Ethan sprinted toward her, screaming, "Emily! Emily!" Sirens wailed as the scene cut back to the ambulance from the beginning. Emily survived, though emotionally shattered. Ethan held her hand beside the hospital bed. I thought I lost you, he whispered. The Hendersons entered, crying. We've looked for you for 20 years. We're so sorry, her father said. Emily's voice trembled. I don't know who I am yet, but I know who I don't want to be. Chloe, handcuffed, was taken away as Emily watched in silence. Days later, by a quiet lakeside at sunset, Emily finally breathed freely. Ethan approached slowly, vulnerability breaking through his usual calm. Emily, the night you walked into the wrong room, I thought it was chaos, but it was the moment I found the only person who ever truly mattered. He knelt, holding a simple ring. Tears gathered in her eyes. I walked into the wrong room, but the right life. They embraced as the narrator whispered, sometimes fate hides behind chaos. Sometimes the wrong door leads to the only story meant for you.